Hello everyone. My name is Dr. Nanthini. I am from SEAMEO RECSAM. I'm going to present my paper on science communication strategies for primary educators for effective teaching. This study was conducted at SEAMEO RECSAM. This is going to be the content for my today's presentation. Now, let me move on to the introduction. So, why is science communication important in primary education? And what is science communication all about? So, science communication use various methods to make science more accessible, engaging, and meaningful for the learners. So, in primary education, it helped to simplify complex concepts and sparking curiosity among young learners. So, teachers plays a crucial role as a science communicator. The way of how we presenting science impact the students' interests towards this subject. Now, figure 1 represents the declining trend in STEM enrollment in Malaysia from the year of 2020 to the year of 2030. So, this shows the need of the enhancement of effective communication, particularly science communication, that can enhance the students' interest towards this subject. Now, before we move on to the key challenges of this study, the figure 2 represents the PISA results for the year of 2022. So, according to the results, Malaysian students' average performance is only scores as 52% compared to the OECD's average results of 76. So, all this statistical data showing that teachers face difficulties in effectively communicating science using various methods. And currently, there are lack of trainings in science communication strategies. Now, the aim of this research is first to identify and address the key challenges faced by C country primary educators in effectively communicating science, and also to develop a tailored science communication module that aligns with the need of these primary educators. And this research also aims to evaluate the effectiveness of this module in enhancing the science teaching and engagement. Now, let me discuss on the methodology that used in the study. So, we have used the AD model to come up with this module, which involve analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation process, which I'm going to discuss in the rest of the slides. Now, for the analysis part, we have conducted a need analysis through a webinar, which was in the year of 2023. So, the title of the webinar was Communication Strategies for Teaching Science to Primary Learners. So, in these webinars, we have introduced the primary science educators to various forms of science communication strategies and the importance of science communication. And through this webinar, we have also conducted a need analysis through Likert scale questionnaires to identify the need of the primary educators in effectively communicating science, the challenges that they face, and this information was basically gathered from 714 educators across the 9 Southeast Asian countries. Now, let me share the results of the needs analysis. So, figure 4 is representing the demographic summary of the participants who participated in this webinar. So, the majority of the age distribution was between 40 to 49 years old, and the highest qualification, most 71% of the participants were bachelor's degree holders. And also, these participants around the large group of the participants has 11 to 15 years of teaching experience. So all this demographic data basically shows that the participants are well experienced person, and they have contributed to this need analysis. So, from the need analysis, we have identified what are the challenges that these teachers are basically facing in effectively communicating the science in their classroom. So, 80% of the teachers feels that they have finding struggle in student profiling, which refers to how they can come up with tailored content that can meet the needs of each of the students in their class. Secondly, 80% of the teachers also face difficulties in engaging storytelling techniques at a part of a technique that they can potentially use to communicate science. And 85% of the participants find it difficulty in content selection in a way of they find difficulty in finding a credible source to come up with the teaching material. And 83% of the participants find it difficulties in designing interactive activities. So this is the challenges that we have identified that being faced by the C country teachers throughout the NEET analysis. So based on these challenges, it is also shows that all the participants agreed that the need for the science communication, and also the participant agree and they require the development of a module that they can use to support science communication in their class. So based on this need analysis, SEAMEO RECSAM has come up with a module framework with the title of Science Connect, Bridging Science and Primary Education through Effective Science Communication. So this module basically contains of 6 chapters. So the first one is on fundamental principles of science communication, and the second chapter will be focusing on student profiling, basically on other what are the possible techniques that the teachers can use to come up with tailored teaching content. And the third chapter will be focusing on media literacy, where it teaches how to choose a credible content, okay, how they can direct the students to identify good contents. Okay, so these things will be discussed in the chapter 3. And also the chapter 4 will was focusing on varied forms of communication apart from oral communication. What other methods like verbal, non-verbal, or other techniques that they can apply during the science lessons. And also the chapter 5 will be discussing on the storytelling method, okay, how they can come up with interesting stories that they can relate to the science teaching. And the last chapter was will be focusing on science writing. So this was the framework that we have developed based on the need analysis. Now, the module of the framework was tested during Simurexam's regular courses, which was conducted in August 2023. So, this course was conducted for 4 weeks, where teachers were exposed to varied form of communication method, okay, science methods and strategies which they can potentially use to conduct their science classes. So teachers was exposed to outdoors activities, they were exposed to other teaching methods, okay, verbal, non-verbal, and hands-on activities, and also they was introduced to technological tools, and they was taken to science museum. So all these methods can actually enhance or expose the teachers to the varied forms of communication method. So basically, this course was participated by 17 educators across 8 Southeast Asian countries. And a pre and post test was conducted during this course. So this figure 8 represent the results from the pre and post test analysis for the module framework. So from this figure, we can note that the module has enhanced their knowledge on student profiling, varied forms of communication, storytelling techniques, and also choosing the right content. So, this pre and post test has given a significant gain to the participant, and all these criteria, which has been explained or included in the science communication module. Now, this results was used to further review the module by, and also 5 subject experts was also helped us to refine and review the modules to further refine the module. Next, the final module was subject for evaluation, evaluation at the 2 days workshop entitled Science Connect Inspiring Young Minds Through Science Communication. So this 2 days workshop basically aim to gather feedback from the participants on the content and the use of the module, and the participants was evaluated using a Likert scale questionnaires after the workshop was conducted. So this participant shows the enhancement for all this content, where they showed improvement in teaching confidence, and they also find the module is useful to gain more hands-on teaching strategies. And they also find the module is good for science content development, storytelling techniques, student profiling, effective in engaging students, and also in enhancing teaching technique. So overall, the participants find the module is useful for them to enhance their science communication strategies. Now, the conclusion of this study is educators face challenges in student profiling, content selection, and storytelling, which is some of the major content that is included in the science communication. And the Science Connect module is effectively enhance the teaching strategies among the primary educators. So the pre and post test analysis showed significant improvement in educators' skills. So, our recommendation from this study is to expand the Science Connect module to more educators in C countries, and to conduct long term studies to assess the impacts on the student learning, and to integrate this science communication into teaching training program. And also, we aims to strengthen the collaboration with policymakers and researchers to make this science communication as one of the important tools for the teachers. And for the acknowledgement, I would like to convey my special thanks to SEAMEO RECSAM and all the educators who was involved throughout the trainings and workshop, and also to the expert reviewers who have helped us to further enhance the module. This study was funded by SEAMEO RECSAM Research Fund grant. And thank you for watching my presentation.